Alright, so in this one, with us being 1 day away from the Legends Fest reveal, I figure why not just react to some content here, with it being Slack X's video of characters that completely fell off in Dragon Ball Legends. I wonder if this is going all the way to the Stone Age or just going, to the more modern times. This is from last year, 2024 of August, so let's see what he is cooking up.
Over the years in Dragon Ball Legends, we have seen a variety of different characters dominate the meta. Whether it be characters like LF Vegito Blue with his infinite combos and his insane ult damage, transforming Yellow Kid Gohan with his lock-in...
Vegito's not... It's accurate, the infinite combo, but the main issue with Vegito was you can only swap once back then. Nowadays you could swap 8,000 times per combo. It's infinite. Back then, you swap one time, you don't get that, purple MZ, I believe he had a strike cover. You don't get that perfect 50-50 cover change. Someone's cooked. Dead. Autopilot. Done. Second year. Worst year this game's ever, anniversary history.
Ability and his annoying ass AoE green card. I'm not gonna lie, you're an unk if you played back then. Even newer characters like LF Super 17 who could just keep comboing you until you grow gray hairs. I'm not even joking, you can literally put your phone down, go start a family, grow old with that family, die with that family, and his ass will still be comboing you. Like, who made that, bro? But of course,
and your strikes and blues will also be sealed by the end of that entire family you created. The oppression of that man. Super Bro. People will give a lot of flack to Radhan, and obviously he deserves flack. He's an AoE green. He's just tedious as hell with his gauge and everything like that. Auto gauges being what they are. Tedious, stupid, broken, shouldn't be in a game like this. But people obviously gave flack to Super 17. But if you're really looking at the two, someone that seals your entire hand, the entire game, or someone that is kind of just in the background annoying you at the end, I'll give it the Metal Super 17 as more annoying than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. It doesn't matter. They were run together. But, if I had to pick, billion times over, I'm picking Super 17 over Gohan as more tedious than the other.
Actually, every unit
despite
is destined
Gohan's gauges.
They're either going to get hard countered or just power crept, and they are eventually going to fall off. But, as for these 5 characters I've selected for this video, they have had a quicker fall off than anyone else in the game. I'm pretty sure these guys had 1 month max to shine before they just got power crept or just...
Okay, Kid Buu. If Kid Buu's not here, I don't know what we're doing, but Kid Buu. I can't think of anybody else. That's all I can think of right now.Maybe Janemba?
Got countered into fucking oblivion. Before we do talk about those characters, though,
it's gotta be Kid Buu, bare minimum.
Oh,
Evo Ken.
So if you do get mad,
right, they
go
didn't
to the
even
comments,
their whole
write
celebration.
your own list, and we'll see how your list compares to mine, but I'm pretty sure my list is just going to be better because my opinion is objectively better than yours. The first character on our list is going to be Blue LF Super Saiyan Goku. LF Super Saiyan Goku released on August 30th in 2023.
He's not wrong, obviously. This is correct. But it's just so dumb how we exist. Why would you make, you can make any irrelevant, you can make Garlic, you can make Slug, you can make any irrelevant loser-ass villain no one gives a damn about a counter to UVB, even when UVB didn't need counters, because this guy was meant to counter UVB, right? You make it fucking Goku that goes Super Saiyan. Nobody else, the most iconic moment in anime, you make be a counter to an Anniversary Ultra? So his kit ages like absolute dog piss, and then his plat is just a nothing fat. I've never been more mad at this game than when they made Namegoku a counter UVB, because I knew exactly what was going to happen. Less than a month later, we're going to get an Ultra. That's going to do a better job to fuck UVB over, and then it happened. Same thing happened with UG4. Triku was okay against UG4. UMV fucked him in the ass. This guy was better against UVB than I guess Trico was to UG4, because he would lock in, cancel defense neutral, whatever. But he did not. Why? Why was he made to be? UVB had 3 blues fighting him. Go Frieza, Sword of Hope, MVP. What the fuck did this guy need to drop a few months later and be this? What was the purpose? It made no sense to even do.
Was easily
Pisses
one of the
me
best
off.
units at the time. This LF Goku was one of those characters you can do pretty much infinite combos with. He has a charge type gauge, so meaning if you fill it up, you can get more cards, do more combos. And if you had a green card in your hand, you can use that to get cover null and extra cards to continue the combo. And this guy was just dishing out combo after combo, and he was also doing hella damage as well.
He was also retaliation, so he gets hit and gets more damage after
a strike with 100% damage plus 30% overall inflicted damage for 15 counts. You got cover null for 10 counts, and card draw speed so you can just continue the combo. So this guy was just basically a combo machine, and he could just get green cards, get cover null over and over again, get more cards, fill up his gauge, get more cards, get more green cards. It was just like, you couldn't really stop him. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, you could have also ran this Goku with the best unit in the game at the time, which was Goku and Frieza. So this guy had everything going for him. Infinite combos,
Blaze,
cover null,
with Go Frieza and Pan.
You get more cards, you get more shit. And he could have been ran with the best unit in the game. Now I bet you're asking the main question. Since this Goku was so good, why did he fall off? But what was so bad that not only pushed this Goku out of the meta, but he was just never seen again after this? Like, what could have possibly happened?
The best part is this is just another fucking blue. It's not like Vegeta kicked him out of the meta. Orange Piccolo plat. Just a better blue drop.
That's right.
I hate how they did it. I hate it so much.
Janemba. Ultra Janemba came out on October 17th, 2023, and he was an absolute nightmare for not only this Goku,
not even 2 months,
but the entire meta. The insane damage, the insane combos, and that's not even the worst thing. The thing that made Ultra Janemba so insanely broken was his gauge. And the reason why his gauge was so good was because it countered every single melee-based attack. So that means it countered strike, it countered melee-based blue cards, and melee-based green cards. And guess what? Goku has all three of those things. He has a melee green card. You need to charge forward to use
again, like this matters to hurt Goku, like as Goku individually, but again, it doesn't even matter in the grand scheme because it's just the simple math of this LF that counters this guy isn't doing it as effectively as his Ultra that would. And UVB is still being the cope and the run and all this shit. Again, we don't need 5 fucking UVB counters. I don't know what the devs were thinking UVB is the fucking dawn of time, great existence, the new reset of the game. But that's ineptitude, right? Obviously. Not even 2 months, brother. Not even 2 months, and we fucked this guy. The Goku. The Super Saiyan Goku from... I still can't believe it. Literally any other moment, maybe FSK included as, like, or a Fusion included as, like, this shouldn't be the character that gets wasted as a fucking counter. Okay. Anything that's not the main line. But the main line is the one that does. I can't fathom who the fuck thought this. Do you want to guarantee he's meta? It's a fucking Super Saiyan Goku. Make him a Super Saiyan Goku level broken. I mean, look at the OG. He had to get fucking game updates and everything like that when he dropped. By the way, they're both blue for some reason. Makes no fucking sense. Makes no sense. All of it, everything post UVB until Kid Buu or whatever, Kid Buu, till the next celebration, all makes no sense because none of it needed to exist. Literally none. Maybe until like PyCon, which is helping UVB because UVB needed help against the 5 blues trying to fuck him in the ass. Made no sense to drop these two. Just it didn't need to exist.
Blue, and everybody has a strike, so. Yeah, so you couldn't even really get combos started with this Goku without Janemba just countering his ass into oblivion. He was cooked. You know what? I'll even set up a little scenario so you guys can see how the average fight would go between the two. Alright, I'm on my main and ult account to show you guys how this fight would play out between Janemba and Goku. As you can see, I'm using my main account on my phone. I'm using my ult. Like I was saying before, I'm on both devices to show you guys how this fight will play out. I don't have Ultra Janemba or the LF Goku, so you guys are just gonna have to pretend this is Ultra Janemba, and this is the fucking dirty. So basically how the fight will go out is, here, let me go on my iPad. I'll have all strikes. So basically Goku would attack. Oh no, look, he has all strikes. He goes to Janemba, boom, he gets countered, and here, let me just, oh no, he flies back because he got countered. Janemba would use an ultimate card, pretend this is ultimate. He would use an ultimate card, boom.
Great demonstration.
And then Goku would fucking die because he has ass health and ass defense and he would in one shot. Yeah, that's basically how the fight will go. And since Goku's whole character was revolved around getting infinite combos, and Janemba just said,
Goku was not
no,
tanky.
None of that. He was cooked. He just got pushed back and eventually he just fell off out of the meta. And the sad thing is, this LF Goku was really cool, man. He had a sick ass LF.
He wasn't even toxic. He locked it on ult. Are you kidding me? Look at the fucking destruction shit fucks we have nowadays. This guy locked in on ult. That's all he had. That's all he had to his name. He locked in and sniped a red that would go defense neutral on ult. Like, Bro was fine. Bro was not a bad addition to the game. Janemba was a fucking terrible one because, again, auto gauge, dumb shit. Why? Why fuck over a healthy Goku? I don't get it. It's rare to get a healthy Goku. It's Goku. We get him a lot. Most aren't healthy.
The next unit up on the list
look, I called it.
Is Evolution Vegeta and Kaioken Goku Tag, or Evoken for short. And oh boy, did this unit...
They fell off within part 1. They were one of the... I don't know if they were top 1. I don't think... Maybe they were top 1. I don't know. No, it was Red Beast top 1. But they were like top 3. With like MVP and Jiren was very good because Jiren had Zenkai. There was no real yellows until Ultra UI. Ultra UI drops. Evoken gets replaced on their team. Their team doesn't become a real team because what are you going to do? Run Evoken with UI and MVP? I mean, you could try it, but that's just inferior to running a Blast team or even a Strike team with like Pikkon or Goku Bardock and Ultra UI together. You just had inferiority. So they went from top 3 in their own part to, I don't know if they were top 10. They were barely top 10 or barely out of top 10 by part 3. Which, you made a combo merchant that has difficulty getting cover null. I don't know what the expectation was, Legends. I really don't.
Fucking cliff. Evoken is pretty similar to LF Super Saiyan Goku in the instance where you want to just keep doing combos and just keep continuously filling up your gauge to just do more combos. But yeah, they didn't do it as good as him. Evoken came out during November 2023 during Legends
and Red Beast could one-shot them in part 1 regardless.
They're honestly pretty good. They did pretty good
Transform,
damage.
remove Vanish,
you can really
blue card,
have some
brawl.
really good combo potential with them. But they did have their issues. One of the main issues with them being is it took way too long to fill up their gauge. Obviously, the whole thing with Evoken is over time, it gets less and less cards to fill up their gauge.
I think an ally that got faster.
Just to fill it up for the first time
10!
is crazy. One of the reasons why that was such a big problem was because they were getting no form of cover null while they were doing their combo to get the gauge up for the first time. The only instance where you would get cover null is if you had a green card. But
the first green only,
and had
by the
no
way.
greens whatsoever while you're doing a combo, you were cooked. You had no cover null. And
Only
any unit could just
on the
switch
first
in and
screen.
just ruin your combo. Another reason why Evoken was just destined to fall off was because there are characters like Ultra Janemba who can literally is designed to stop combos. So that just ruins Evoken's whole character. And funny enough, like a month later, Ultra...
A plus to Ultra Janemba would be, for one, obviously you reverse to Goku, he's advantage. But Janemba with an ally dead goes neutral 5 counts. So if you were just spam strikes on Evoken, regardless if it's Goku or Vegeta, obviously Goku could be stronger. But you spam strikes, you probably 4-card in Evoken. Like, realistically, I would not doubt that was a reality. I don't remember, but it just sounds like a neutral Janemba who stacks 20% per card he clicks. Yeah, that motherfucker's gonna tear through everything very quickly.
Like Goku came out, and he could do the exact same thing as Janemba. He can stop all melee-based cards. So Evoken couldn't really get a good combo off without getting interrupted. And if they can't get combos off, they can't get their gauge up, which just, like, ruins the whole character. Because you need to get that gauge up for them to get better over time. And to make matters even
their
worse,
own
one of
buff
the
killed them.
biggest problems with Evoken was they couldn't tank for shit. They got hit with one card, and like half of their health was gone.
Wow.
They just really had no way to just take a hit. And that was a big problem because there are just so many strong characters like LF transforming Beast Gohan who can just one-shot you with the blue card. And of course, Ultra UI Goku who can just lock you in and just one-shot you.
Yeah, they catch you frame 0 on like a PV, boom, blast, you try to swap, ult, fucking hand thing.
Gave Evoken a lot of trouble to really shine.
That's what killed Jiren too.
Most of their
not just Evoken.
Behind them being a last stand
Jiren couldn't do shit.
Meaning both of the characters on your team had to be dead for Evoken to just actually be good. I mean, of course, you could still make really good plays with them. Like their combos.
Like even here, look at this damage and last man.
Good damage. Like, sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was
worth
high. It was like in betweenish. But overall, I would just say if they had.
I mean, yeah, if they had cover. Yeah, yes, if the combo you had better cover, no, I'd love them.
The third character we're going to be talking about on this list is Ultra Kaioken Goku. I know you guys are already looking shocked right now. Before you get pissed off at me, I'm talking about Ultra Kaioken Goku before he got his plat. So like all the way back in 20.
It's just I don't know if I want to say this is a stretch, but like I was playing during this, and he's a boost merchant for sure. Which boost is 2 months, by the way. He was top 1 when he was on the boost for the entire 2 months, but he was a boost merchant. So like 2 months is, I mean, that's a sixth of a year, right? That's not the shortest time. Again, if I don't see Kid Buu here, I'd be fucking. It's blasphemy. Ultra Kaioken. I didn't expect to see him. 2 months is a decent bit of time. Again, he was a Glaze merchant. You ran him with Vados and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and you ran him Zenkai, but 100% I was there. I trust me, I didn't like it. It wasn't a fun time. But, I'm surprised he's here.
So calm down. Ultra Kaioken Goku came out in March 16, 2022, and he was an
Fire ink art.
absolute beast. Oh my gosh, he was so annoying. And this guy just got card after card after card, and it was combo after combo after combo. This guy was just absolutely crazy.
Notice how the combo units fall off fast.
Non-stop. And every time you filled up his gauge,
It's not a good enough mechanic. All the
which gave
mechanics
you
are.
even more cards, so he can do even more combos. It was so annoying. And it wasn't like this guy was doing okay damage like Evoken. No, this guy was doing insane damage, even at 5 stars. He was damn near almost one-shotting units with this blue card, and taking like half character's health with like 3 cards. It was crazy. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that once you switch him in, he seals all your strike cards. So if you had a
or once they swap, he seals strikes. So enemy swaps, they try to
this guy was
just like 13
so
with blast
annoying,
cards
man.
now.
He was literally the OG Super 17 with just these infinite combos. It just did not end. So obviously Kaioken Goku instantly became the best character in the game. Like, he was just, it wasn't even close. It was just a huge gap between him and everybody else in the game. But little did Kaioken Goku know, while he was enjoying his time at the top, Toshi was cooking up something devious. And in about a month's time, one of the most broken characters in the history of this game was about to release. Tag Android 17 and 18. These guys were honestly so fucking stupid. They're literally
No, they weren't broken. Wasn't Kaioken? I thought he was on. Huh. Were they really a month later? I thought they were 2 months later. I thought Kaioken was like that top tier god for the entire boost. If it was only like a month and a half, okay, I get why he's here. I thought he was there for the entire boost, that he was top 1. I guess maybe near the ending of it is when, obviously, these two dropped in. Yeah, no, the tag droids. Because you just need to run a blast team. That's how you kind of circumvented Kaioken. The only blast team that existed was with Kaioken. So you get the tag droids, here's another team, right? And you could circumvent the issue of the strike seal and everything, and then, obviously, the fucking tag droids are the tag droids, the pre-anti-bait? Yeah, this is pre-fifth year, so yeah, very good, or pre-4th year rather. Very good bait, because they were demons.
for being one of the best
they were carrying the Annie with being top tier in the fucking Annie.
Everything, infinite combos.
We ain't got a blue unit during
so
Annie
much damage. And that annoying ass ranged green card that Android 17 had. If you got hit by that green card,
even 18's green removes your advantage. You drop combo for free, and you get the combo buff that they get because you drop combo green with
Also,
her.
they had color element advantage over yellow and blue units, since when you swapped over to the 18 side of the character, she can do damage to blue units. So yeah, them being red and Kaioken being yellow, put 2 to 2 together, Kaioken was pretty much cooked. Now I'm sure there are probably some scenarios where Kaioken Goku probably dogged on the 18 side of the character, since 18 had element disadvantage over yellow characters. But it just wasn't worth the risk, man. I'm telling you, as soon as you were hit with that range green card from 17, like, the match was over. You literally couldn't do anything. So yeah, Kaioken was definitely pushed
really
back
no
by this.
blue?
The androids just basically dominated the meta for the time being. I mean, but hey, it couldn't have gotten worse for Kaioken, right?
I mean,
it's not like
that
Toshi
point.
would drop another broken red LF character right after he just dropped the most broken red LF character we have seen at the time. He wouldn't do that, right?
I am.
Surely we're mentioning him.
LF mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. I mean, do I even have to say anything? This guy was literally just as stupid as the androids. He had auto win on every single
ran
clash.
together anyways.
He had 2 types of cover changes, so
Red,
it didn't even
purple,
matter if
baby!
you used
Purple
Black Card, he was
Whis!
gonna cover change against you.
For green
he
cards.
literally
Literally,
punished
that's it.
you for playing the game. Like, you try to attack him, he'll just weave out the way.
Oh,
and then he'll
it's
smack
not
the
just
shit
an
out
UI
of
that
you.
does that.
It's so
That's every
stupid,
auto
bro.
gauge.
Like,
This guy just doesn't have a
I
gauge
just
to
feel
do
so
it.
bad for Kaioken. What did he do to deserve this? And at this point, Kaioken was
Or at
just
least
fighting
as
for
oppressive.
his life to stay relevant. He was just getting smacked around by the androids, and after the androids were done with them, they just threw him over to MUI. MUI came over and started beating the shit out of him, and then it just wasn't fair. He couldn't even do anything. So yeah, of course, Kaioken Goku got pushed out of the meta, and he just wasn't seen since. But hey, at least he got a play, and he's pretty good now. Alright, the next character on the list is LF Path of Power Kid Goku.
I agree with
I feel
this.
like
I didn't even remember him, but yeah, I know I agree with this. Path to Power, there's literally a nerf that happened. They literally nerfed Dragon Ball rate accumulation. So the speed you would get them. Because Path to Power was still like in the Go Frieza era, but he was like arguable, like right there with them. You could probably say he was 1 and 2 together with Go Frieza before the nerf. And then he was so oppressive. I remember like 3-star Path to Power would like destroy Glaze Go Friezas. They had a nerf Dragon Ball rate. They nerfed it because of this unit, which is crazy because the only actual dominant godly Dragon Ball unit that's summonable was this guy. The other actual dominant Dragon Ball unit was Legends Road Kid Goku when he got his Zenkai, which he was top 1 in the game. But this guy, stunnable, dominant, DB, never really happened before. And here we go. It was shut down, essentially, which...
Characters were gonna be
look at DB now.
list.
They're boost
This
merchants.
guy
They're going to be
was
done in a day.
definitely
Like, you know, what are you going to do, man?
I believe
Really.
this guy came out during like September 2023 when they were doing a Dragon Ball Saga campaign. And I'm not going to lie, that shit was hot ass, bro. There wasn't one good character to come out of that campaign. Literally, the only good character was Path of Power Goku. And he was just like, okay. And that isn't good because during that time, Dragon Ball Saga was dead. There was like no good characters on that team,
okay.
and this was the campaign that was supposed to bring that team back to life. And yeah, that shit just did not end up happening. So all these ass characters release, and then LF Path of Power Goku comes out as the final character of the celebration, and he just has no team to work with. Every Dragon Ball character that
ran him go freeze.
Path of Power Goku
Just ran him on the glaze.
That yellow buff Roshi was hot ass. That Android 8 was also hot ass, and the Goku and the Piccolo that were released, they were also ass. So this Goku had like, no team. His main
they were on a Mega Rising banner, so people just didn't pull them. Hot ass for Piccolo Jr. 23, who's crazy. That's a crazy com. They definitely weren't ass. I'll tell you that. 100%. They weren't as good as Path to Power on initial release, obviously. Goku was green, Go Frieza victim. They were just shitty elements, really. It wasn't really even their own shitty fault. Their kit was good. I mean, their plat, I would say both of them are actually pretty competent right now, especially with the S tier boost. I would say they were ass on drop. No way. They just weren't desired. Again, you're not someone on a Mega Rising banner when we just got an LF. That's already like a billion times more dominant. And I don't know who released first. I think Path to Power was second to release. I think the first two was 23-kun, Piccolo Jr. So you knew an LF was coming, so you just waited. And then Path to Power was a god on its release, so it's like, you know, fucking just have him. It doesn't matter.
Ball Saga, and he had nothing to work with. He was cooked. Another main issue with this Goku was the fact that his gauge, you needed Dragon Balls to fill it up, and yeah, that's not good. There could be scenarios where you go like 40 or 50 counts within the match.
If we're talking initial release, and he was fine.
Dragon Balls,
the fall off is when they nerfed him.
Goku's buffs. You're not getting any cover null. You're not getting any key back. You're not getting any support. Like you're not getting shit if you don't get those Dragon Balls. I mean, if you were able to get lucky and just get Dragon Ball after Dragon Ball back to back, then he was pretty good. I mean, like he did pretty good damage. Like he was actually a pretty good unit. But then at the same time,
this is an undersell of all time.
This character was ass. Like he couldn't really do anything without those.
Ass.
He needed those Dragon
Whoa! What? Wait. We're talking about units that fell off. How the fuck does he make the list if he's saying he's ass? That makes no sense. What? Where's the fall off part? If he's ass, then he's already ass. Where's the That's like saying Super Vegeta fell off. Brother, he was shit, so he was shit and started to look like shit from the beginning. He never fucking fell off. He was already shit. Path to Power... Brother, Path to Power was, again, minimum top 3 before the Dragon Ball nerf happened. Everyone I ever spoken to about DB, because DB is a thing right now, right? Everyone's talking about, like, oh, Path to Power Zenkai, blah, blah, blah. I thought Path to Power should have Zenkai this past week. But, like, this guy was a force of fucking havoc. I distinctly remember fighting and using, like, a 3-star, and this guy would just destroy everything. I'm talking Glaze Go Frieza's here. Like, the things that mattered, you would just run him with Go Frieza. You could just put Pan on leader slot, or I guess whatever you want, MVP, Pan, LF, so whatever. Then you run a Saiyan bench of Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Scout of Vegeta, here's double Zenka buff for Go Frieza, and for Path to Power, and time to wreak havoc. You could put like Purple UI on bench to give a triple Zenkai buff to the Go Frieza. He would get the Z ability because it's still getting Saiyan. I remember all of this. This is a very core memory to me because it was crazy to see a character from DB looking like a god. This is slanderous to him. I mean, again, if the whole point is fell off, everything else is accurate. Everyone else fell off on this list for sure, very fast. Blue Cow cannot remember as much, but everyone else is 100% accurate. This guy, he's gonna talk to like he's Final Flash, and that's just.
And also
that's
at
just
that
crude.
time, I believe the rates for actually pulling Dragon Balls in a PvP match were reduced. So you had even less of a chance to get Dragon Balls.
Yes, he got worse with that, but before he was amazing.
Character. So this Goku had no team when he came out. He needed Dragon Balls, a luck-based thing, to actually like be a good character.
Tambourine right now is one of the best units in the game, and he's relying on the same thing as Path to Power. Because they would both hit like astronomical fucking demons when they got the Dragon Balls. So that Dragon Ball consumption thing, like, you're trying to get your rush anyways. Who the fuck's gonna stop you from trying to get your rush? Your own ignorance? Like, like what the fuck are you gonna do? You gonna be stupid and not fucking click the Dragon Ball cards? That's just stupid. Given it's RNG, but also the fact that that's where you're going. I mean, yeah, you see you have Dragon Balls in your hand, then you combo with the unit that likes to use Dragon Balls when they combo. I mean, it's not rocket science here. You know what I mean? Like, he got worse when they nerfed it. He didn't fall off a fucking mountain, but he definitely got a lot worse. He went from like top 3 to like, I think it was like 7 or 8 after the nerf. And that's a fall off, right? Because top 3 is a crazy fucking tier spot. Before that though, again, if Tamborine's like one of the most top tiers right now, at least like a top 7 unit I would give him. I mean, he's the same thing as Path to Power, right? I see the nuclear damage that motherfucker does. Same thing here. And there was no yellow op to deter Path to Power. He was vibing. Again, he just had to go Frieza to just do everything, and red pan to deter the yellows, if there even was one at the point.
So, like, it just couldn't really get worse for this Goku. I mean, despite all of this, though, he was actually able to hold his own, so I'm not gonna clown on him too much. He was actually, like, pretty decent. So now the main question comes back around.
What is his hatred to fucking Path to Power?
Yeah, Janemba was really a problem back then, Jesus. As if it couldn't get any worse for this Goku, about a month later, Ultra Janemba comes out, and I already talked about Ultra Janemba earlier,
Janemba was
so you
top
already
1.
know how ridiculous he is. This Goku basically couldn't really do anything. You wanted to do combos with this Goku to get Dragon Balls to fill up his gauge, so he can, like, actually be a good character. But since...
this is where I gotta hard disagree. You would run Go Frieza with him. Yeah, I keep saying there was no team. Leader Sly is unfortunately a thing. And still, that was like a full Saiyan Sun Fan, technically, team. But you run with Go Frieza. So there actually was one team that you would give up the Janemba annoyance. You just eat the ult. It was the Go Frieza Glaze team. So you ran this guy there. Go Frieza triple Zenkai buff. They can heal on tag switch. Blah, blah, blah. They heal whatever the fuck they heal. And then boom. You just eat the ult. You're not going to die. You're triple Zenkai buffed. You're probably high stars because you're the only 5th year character in part 1, and you got buffed. People are going to have you high stars, right? So then you'd eat it. So I actually don't think Janemba impacted this guy a lot. It definitely didn't help him, but to say Janemba is like a helpful cause to his decline, it's just, it's the devs. Like, nerfing. That's the only really clause to it.
Character is that he counters attacks. This Goku was pretty much just cooked.
And he had even stats, so you could run this guy last page.
So, yeah, this poor Goku couldn't really even do anything. He had no team, he had a luck-based gauge, and about a month later, one of the most broken ultras of all time dropped, and he just fell off the meta.
That's
I honestly feel really bad for the OG Dragon Ball fans who are waiting.
Surely I see Kid Buu right here, right?
A decent usable character, and they
I'm gonna have to explain why he should be here.
And then he was pushed out of the meta in like a month. They just couldn't. Y'all just cannot catch any W's. The final character that we're going to be talking about in this video, is none other than LF Cooler, the strong.
Okay. I don't even disagree with Cooler, because Blue Beast, obviously, like, no shit. Everyone fell off after that, which I don't even blame Cooler. It's just everyone fell off after that. Given, there's kind of there's a little argument for Cooler. It's not a crazy one, just to say. Puddle got his plat during Cooler's prime, which, awesome. You know, Puddle's being more used. And then Beast dropped, and you would usually run into, before UGB dropped, it was Pan, Puddle, Beast. So there was some copium to Cooler there, because he's neutral against Beast now, because he's a Super Saiyan enemy. Obviously, he still wasn't doing much. Cooler should be here. I agree. Blue Kaioken is missing. I don't know why he's here. Kid Buu, it's like he's on the fucking milk carton, and he's gone. I don't know where Kid Buu dropped. And then the next character that dropped was Go Frieza. Red Pan was already out, mind you. So we got Red Pan who's already running amok. Not running as much because here's Triple PO Ultra. It was hit Kid Buu and Rose. That team was the team before 5th anniversary started. So Hit could victimize Kid Buu as well. Kid Buu was top 1, right? It was with that debate of like the top 3 of the Ultras. Usually Hit or Kid Buu, but a lot of people say Kid Buu because, you know, Kid Buu had the lock-ins and all the bullshit, given Hit has a lock-in. But still, whatever. You could say Kid Buu is top 1. Then when part 1 starts, because everyone's starting to run Red Pan now, because here's your HP, because you had the leader slot, here's your support Glaze, because she's the best support at the time, in the, you know, game's history at that point, you stopped running into Kid Buu. Kid Buu died when part 1 of Anniversary dropped. And then UVB drops, and Kid Buu is just already dead and getting his grade fucking stomped into the ground. Kid Buu lasted, I believe it was 3 weeks. Kid Buu lasted as a top tier, as a broken god, just like Cooler. But he's not here. Blue Kaioken was bare minimum a month half. Minimum, if I remember. Path to Power was like the same lifespan is kind of like, probably less than, but kind of like Kid Buu. And he made it. Ain't no shot in any vein should Kid Buu not be here. Kid Buu, not even a month deep, was victimized by Red Pan. Kid Buu cannot do anything. You were not fighting Kid Buu. You were not thinking about Kid Buu. He was a nothing. And even on initial, you could still run where hits would just kill Kid Buu. There was no real, like, what the fuck's Kid Buu gonna do? He's not gonna do fucking shit about that. And once Go Frieza dropped, who was stopping you from running hits with Go Frieza? It wasn't that common, but if there was a Kid Buu, here's Red Pan and hit. You think Kid Buu was existing? He wasn't fucking doing anything. He was useless. So Kid Buu should be here. Cooler should be here. Kaioken should not be here. Namegoku should be here. Path Power should be here, but for different reasons, because these reasons are crazy to me. Everyone else should be here. But Kaioken and Kid Buu should switch. And if anything, Kid Buu and Path Power had like the quickest fall-offs, I believe.
Longest in the universe. LF Cooler released on September 14th, 2022, and he was just absolutely ridiculous. Before LF Cooler even came out, the meta was heavily dominated by Super Saiyans. Ultra Super Vegito, Ultra Super Gogeta, Zenkai Bardock. You literally ran into them all the time. It was just always that team. That all changed when Cooler came out. Cooler just came in and just absolutely bodied the Super Saiyan team.
It's still funny to me, because Cooler is a red melee, USG's a blue melee, and USG existing made your match infinitely harder.
Beat their ass and just pushed them out of the meta completely. And pretty much the main thing on why Cooler was so broken was because every time you used the strike card, he sealed you in for 2 counts. Meaning,
yeah, on his entry.
He
sealed you 3 cards. You just spam 3 card strikes.
Oh, 2 seconds is not that bad. No. 2 seconds was well more than enough for Cooler to kill you. Cooler did so much damage. Literally 1 strike card and like the opponent's health was like halfway gone. Even till this day, I believe LF Cooler is the only character that has that ability. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, basically you would just get locked in with him and he would just spam strike cards and just absolutely fuck you up. You were just, there was
Miniku has it.
Yeah, this Cooler just
I don't know if it's good as
became
made
the
after
best
before,
character
but
in the
Miniku
game.
has it.
And to make it even worse, he could have been ran next to the androids. Remember the androids? We just talked about them. So you could have ran these 2 toxic ass broken characters and just there was just nothing you can do. It was basically.
But most people ran movies. It was it USG Revhon? I think it was good, because it was like you're just giving up on the ability of like, okay, I'm not gonna bring a Super Saiyan, right? Like I'm just gonna fight a Cooler. Like it's just the 50-50 coin flip of an experience. You're not even like caring about fighting opposing USG or Revhon. You just wanted the safety of Revhon, right? Revhon was still, pretty good then. USG obviously being a very good unit against Cooler regardless, because once that neutral is gone, or if you do the lock-in because ally dead or something like that, you can plan a little bit. You just forsaken the ability of like, let me try to avoid Cooler going neutral, because the best units were going to be Super Saiyans, so there's nothing you can do about it. You just had to just give up, just let it happen. Some people will bring Puddle because, well, USG's already making me neutral, so let's just bring the fucking Puddle. Let's try to glaze somebody. Once Puddle got his plat, which, I mean, Puddle was still, he was competent during this time somehow.
Every single time. So what could have possibly been so bad that not only pushed this Cooler completely out of the meta, but everyone else too? So what could have done it? Who could have made Cooler, the strongest character in the game at the time, become completely obsolete?
Okay then, guess it's my turn.
The Zenkai's coming soon. In a day. You excited?
You'll see. I'll protect everything.
Meta reset.
Blue Beast Gohan. I don't even think I have to explain. This character is literally argued for being one of the most broken characters to ever release in the game. He just completely flipped
He
the
has everything kit, by the way.
So much damn damage.
This unit has defense neutral for like 5 or 6 entries for 15 counts each. This unit gets cover null for 15 counts, I believe. Like, you have cover null 15 counts when you start the game with this unit. He has endurance when they rush. His blue resets, blue and green being a self green, resets the gauge. His green with gauge filled destroys the entire enemy hand. This guy if there's an everything unit, which is an LF and non-Ultra, when he gets a Zenkai or Plat, whatever the fuck he gets, which I think is going to happen this fest, they can make him as bad as LFVB Zenkai was. And VB was still being used on a Zenkai, by the way. And he would still be, like, probably top 5. Like, you can't make him bad. This is not a battable
unit.
unit.
The reason why Cooler was affected so badly by Beast was because Beast Gohan is a blue unit and Cooler is a red unit. Blue counters red. So, yeah, Cooler was just done for.
I mean, USG was a blue, and USG was getting his fucking shit rocked by Cooler. Given they were rocking each other's shit, he's getting shit rocked by Cooler. It's because Beast wasn't a Super Saiyan, is the whole thing. Which, again, you could run Beast before Part 3 with Puddle or not. It was up to your discretion. If you want your Beast to be more juice, sure. If you didn't, then you could run them. You could just run fucking Pan Beast, and then here's Tag 4s during Part 1 of Fest. Here's Forku who dropped, but you probably run Tag 4s. Maybe even Revhon. Revhon would give you, obviously, the neutral against Beast. So yeah, there was no perfect ideal thing for Beast until UGB dropped, which he was still top 1, didn't matter.
Literally, it just wasn't fair. Cooler literally got a month max, and then Beast just dropped in and started dogging on everybody.
Cooler deserved shit,
fair.
to be
You
fair.
couldn't even do anything against
USV didn't deserve to get hard countered. Like, he was annoying, but he wasn't fucking...
And whoever at the time.
You know what we have nowadays.
Beast just did too much damage and just did too long of combos. There was just
Ran
no
that man
way to counter him
juice.
nor beat him. It was absolutely crazy. And with that, we have reached the end of our list. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video and weren't too mad at my list. Like
Yeah, no. I think it's a pretty good list. Again, I give it to like a good 80% of this. 4 out of 5, I agree. But Kid Buu definitely got to be here. You got to make it. Path to Power, the reasoning's kind of throwing me, because the way he's explaining it is like Path to Power was kind of mid to begin with. And then Dragon Ball Nerf just made him shit, which he went from like God to great, which it's a fall off. It's a maybe even to good if you want to lower it. It's a fall off. But it's more so the speed of which it happened, which was like the craziest part of it, because this was not even 2 weeks post this unit's drop, and then DB nerf, you're fucking benched, motherfucker. You're DB, you don't get to do shit. So, I think it was pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's someone else I should have expected, or that should have been here. And from what I can think from back then, no. I mean, Z-Trunks kind of fell off with the Blue Beast meta reset as well. You weren't running... You know, Z-Trunks dropped, a month or 2 before Blue Beast, and that motherfucker was not run anywhere at all post-Blue Beast, so, I mean, that's a fall-off, but it's not as, obviously, diabolical as Cooler's. You know, it's a pretty good list. Let me know what you guys think of my reaction to Slack X's characters completely fell off in Dragon Ball Legends. I'll see you guys in the next one.